All right, so here we go. Greetings, Aries. That's you, okay? It's coming from Terra Lumination. It's your February 2019 mini generic love and relationship report. You know the routine. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising. Some folks even watch for their Venus signs. Why not? The thing is, uh, sometimes we factor a lot of this astro doodles into it. I had to make a whole separate playlist, otherwise the videos get so long. Okay, we'll come back to this in a little bit. Cards are already very well shuffled in advance, and we'll get back to them in a moment, but I want to show you an illustration about the spread, okay? I'm hoping this helps people understand and get greater value out of the reading itself. And this is like a visual depiction. This is the Terra Lumination Crucible spread. There's you, there's the other, and there's the third entity. It's a completely separate thing called the relationship itself. It has a life, purpose, energy, and a frequency of its own. So are you guys aware of that or not? Are you guys just living like this? Okay? Are you aware of the much vaster expanse of the relationship? Okay, so the crucible, well, let's just look at it like a crucible is a bowl type structure that's designed to withstand intense pressures in alchemical reactions, just like they do in laboratories. And it's the same thing with human beings. Human relationships are very much like alchemical reactions, and you guys own this. You, them, and you own this thing. It's like a family business, like a mom and pop store, like a potted plant, and it is growing. And is it dying? Is it getting the nutrients it needs? Are you over fertilizing, under fertilizing? What's the nature? Does it have any feet, legs? Is it wobbly? Is it stable? What is it? And this whole thing that you own radiates energy just like a smartphone, and it absorbs energy just like a smartphone. Okay, so I hope this helps you understand things better. Okay. We'll come back to that if we have to. So, you know the routine. Invite your invisible friends. Make the best of this, okay? Terra Illumination, I assure you, is not working alone. So I'm going to go to the last second with shuffle so that you're a witness. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. Just not enough time, space, and all of that stuff. And I just love the cards the way they are. Now, February, in some ways, is kind of sweet for you because the Aquarian energy is very comfortable. The March Virgo thing, it's, what do they call it, an inconjunct or something? I can't remember, but I'm going to just point out a couple things here. I don't want to dwell on this. If you want to get into all of this, you have to watch the other playlist, all right? Because I see personally February is a very volatile month, very accident prone, very lopsided for reasons explained. There's a lot of energy over here and almost nothing over here to balance out except the moon. So what I'm asking for you, Aries, I'm inviting you, please pay attention to the lunar transits, because that's where the trigger points might be felt. We've got the full moon, we got the new moon and all of that and other stuff, and this volatility thing here. But for you personally in love and relationship, I'd like you to pay attention how things are building up for you up till around the 17th and the 18th, okay? With the moon in Leo, which is very harmonious for you in your love life, okay? And then moving on a little bit, the sign of full opposition, the house of open enemies, the house of marriage. Pay attention to what you're feeling when the moon is transiting Libra, okay? That would be around the 21st and the 22nd. Okay, I'll put that there. These are key dates for you, 21st and 22nd, 17th and the 18th, all right? So, there we go. Let's move on. You'll see how that illustration shows up in a moment here. Cards are already shuffled. Let's split it up nice and even this time. Bless the deck, bless every single card, bless Terra Illumination, bless you, Aries, and bless the whole platform and media thing that we can even do this at all. Okay, here's you. What are you radiating? Pulsing, pulsing, pulsing. If you're single, you can even watch this, allowing for the laws of attraction, and you put energy out, and what is the universe reflecting back to you? Okay, think of this as what if. If you're partnered up or something like that, for better or worse, then think of this as the other. Deep down inside of you, deep down inside of the other, and then at the core of the relationship itself here. So can you see the parallels with the illustration? And what is being grown here? What is being fertilized? What is being deprived? All of that kind of stuff. Can you Can you see where we're going? Card. Got it? So anyway, there you go. Over here, so this is a glowing living thing. It has its own life, okay? So this is the crucible, the bowl in which the relationship is conducted. So as we intimate and separate, as we do in all relationships, okay? This is the environment. And so this is affected by external influences, circumstantial energy. I think of it as the weather. So we're going to start now. We have the Lovers. Okay, so Aries, there's obviously something significant going on for you in terms of the profound nature of relationship on a much bigger, broader scale than you might have been used to dealing with in the past. And now it's coming into your full awakening consciousness. It's right there in front of you. Like, OMG, what am I supposed to do now? Okay, it does require decision making. The Lovers is a very strong indication that you need to be very aware now of the decisions that you're making in love and relationship, how you regard the other, and also being aware of how the other regards you. And what does that really mean? Can you handle this? Okay, this is, to me, looks like a very serious, fated kind of energy, probably in some ways divinely blessed from above. Like if you've got some deep, deep challenges, then treat this whole thing as a blessing, because it's a time for you to heal yourself and for them to heal themselves, perhaps heal a relationship or whatever has to happen in order for the like the divine intention to manifest here. Also, you could say you're divinely blessed in some way, shape, or another, but are you aware of that? Are you aware of the responsibilities, duties, and commitments that are required in such a relationship that is so profound? What are the key ingredients that you look for? Are you looking for lust, passion, fun, money, whatever you can grab? Or are you looking for the real ingredients that count, like kindness, patience, consideration, respect, affection, commitment, good listening, the deep commitment to the self, thyself, and the commitment from the other to you. Love thyself, okay, Aries? It's very, very important in this situation because it looks like everything is on full max alert right now. So if you're anything in which, any ways in which you are neglecting yourself, that can be reflected back to you, and you could easily blame the other, okay, or vice versa. So, you know, it sounds bizarre in a love and relationship reading, but it's very, very important to love thyself here, okay? Because it looks to me like there's a lot at stake, okay? So that's kind of what's going around. Okay, I see it as kind of serious, kind of profound, important, perhaps something beautiful. And even if things are very challenging, I see it as divinely ordained in some way. Like, in other words, it's time you guys had to deal with this. Okay, what are you radiating here? Okay, let's have a look. Whoa. Okay, so Aries, this is kind of a big deal month, and it's catching me off guard. And I wouldn't have been expecting to see this, but I think there's a lot of love flowing here. But it's from a very like really high frequency, next level love type of energy, where it's almost like there's a divine intervention here going on in you. With you specifically, Aries, which is obviously impacting the relationship and is going to impact the other. And this is almost like, like something's happening to you. And then this wave reverberates and impacts the other. Okay. And there's a very profound energy of healing here. And a very and the beauty and the art and the craft of what I would call energy management, but we're doing it in the context of relationship. So it's a relationship in which a lot of what I would think of as the healing power of love has a role to play, where there is a portal like opening for you some way, somehow, perhaps, I don't know, perhaps around the new moon, perhaps it'll be revealed at the full moon. I'm not going to read too much into it. You might get glimpses and awakenings of understanding what we're talking about in this reading here, in the middle and towards the end of the month. That's your business. You have to live it. You have to live your life, okay, Aries? So I see this as really profound, really beautiful, like some kind of divinely ordained thing going on here with you guys. Well, really, it's with you. Remember, this is not a couple's reading, okay, Aries? It's all about you, and we're allowing their energy to factor into the storyline here. When I do these readings, to me it feels like I'm watching a movie and I'm trying to translate and create subtitles so that you can hear and get something out of it. Okay, let's have a look. What are they radiating over here? So with the Devil card, please don't be scared of this. All right, Aries, we're coming up with major arcana in very significant placements. Well, all the placements are significant. It's a very small spread, but it's a very compact and powerful type of spread, and we can get a lot out of this. So when I see the Devil card over here, my feeling is that part of them feels as though to me, this almost feels like a magnetic force field type of energy where they almost have no say in the matter because your energy field is so strong here. To me, this almost feels like a planet in orbit around you, like, and they are bound into orbit around you. Doesn't mean it's a good thing or a bad thing. I just think we're dealing with, you know what? Stay right there. Stay there, Aries. I'm going to show you something. I very rarely do this, but you might enjoy it. You know, everything is magnetic to some degree. Everything is like radiating and transmitting energy, and human relationships have a certain gravitational pull to them. So watch this. I'll see if I can do an illustration here. There's, hold on, sit still, stay. Okay, I'll pretend this is the other, all right? Okay, see what I'm talking about? Now, here's the point that I'm really trying to make. There is the other. And then this is your amazing, powerful energy. Think of it as the healing power of love. There's no escape for them. They're like in a gravitational field. Okay. Where? Let's see if I can do this. Do you see what I'm trying? Do you see what? Do you see what I'm trying to illustrate here? Ah! Hold on, watch. Hold on. Anyway, okay, enough nonsense. Ow! Ow! Sorry. Sorry, Aries. This is a very serious channel. This is a highly professional operation, as you know. Anyway, that's the thing here. There's a lot going on here, which is almost like out of your hands, Aries, but I feel it's also very much to do with your own alchemical capabilities really coming into play here, where you're seeing it almost like displayed on a stage, as though this is literally like a movie. And with courtesy of the Tarot Illumination reading here, you're getting to see yourself in this kind of light, and you're getting to see the relationship from this kind of perspective, like you're watching a movie of yourself from very high altitude, like an eagle soaring very, very high up, taking huge, broad perspectives, and you're seeing now how the other party is like this. So I don't see this as like how a lot of people see it, like as the binding or the addiction or the codependency. You know, a lot of people actually confuse love for codependency. Some people actually choose it. It's nice. Some people love the feeling of being bound to another. That delicious, delicious, satisfying feeling like, I am yours and you are mine. That's it. And we love it that way. You know, that's how it is for some folks. You can't separate them. They're like glue. They're almost like one thing, you know? So I'm not scared to see this over here for a significant other. I see them as, in some ways, bound up in this larger than life magnetic field that is emanating from you, okay? And of course, it has the reciprocal, you know, because their energy is very strong here too. So there is a kind of an orbit thing here. You know how in outer space they have those, have you seen those videos about, what do they call them? Like star couples or something, where these two solar systems or galaxies are actually intermingled with each other and they actually orbit around each other. So they're really like one entity. Anyway, sorry, I got a bit carried away. What are you radiating in here from deep down? Okay. So when I see the Hermit here, my feeling is that this whole relationship is taking you like deep, super, super deep dive into the deep end of the deep end of the pool of life as experienced in the context of this relationship. And where, again, these are major arcana here, like it's almost like feeling like you don't have any say in it. Something about this relationship is divinely ordained, for better or worse. Like there is so much profound healing opportunity here, so much learning and awakening I feel over here for them and how they perceive themselves in relationship. And I don't see them seeing this in any kind of oppressive or restrictive type of way. I see this as something in some ways perhaps very delicious and satisfying. You know, I don't subscribe to the idea of having to be a saint in relationship or in life. As you know, Terra Illumination likes to have a little beverage now and again of fermented grape juice and also some, you know, that Tennessee apple juice stuff. So, and I love that. I'm not going to stop myself, but I'm not some kind of addict. Sorry, I got a bit personal there. And I don't see that happening over here too. They might have issues. They might have things like where they are codependent in some ways, or whether they are hooked on something, whatever it is, some activity, some way of being, which is very, very compulsive, over which they have no control. And if you tried to take that away from them, they would have a complete hissy fit breakdown. And so that could be a limiting factor for them. But I don't see that impeding you in any way, Aries. I just see that as part of the landscape of your relationship. In other words, what I'm seeing over here, let's see if I can illustrate it like this. Like here is the Terra Illumination perspective close up. Okay, we're looking way, way here. We're gonna pull this card in a moment. But the way I feel it with the reading here, it's like this is happening. We're seeing this. We're seeing this from so far away that really all you can tell is like the sparkles and the color of the aura of the relationship. And there's something very beautiful here. Okay, that's what I'm sensing. Something really beautiful, really bizarre, really profound, almost impossible to understand for you or for the other. So it puts you in a position of like, well, we have to go deep, and you don't have any other choice to go deep because you're in the crucible. And that's where the answers lie. So let's illustrate it even more. Let's go like this. There's you guys here at the relationship doing this on this. And they're, perhaps struggling over here. They don't understand the dynamics that we're talking about over here. They never got themselves a Terra Illumination reading for themselves. And you are now coming from way, way up here and looking at your relationship and yourself and the other and going like, whoa, I had absolutely no idea. What does this really mean? And then you go deep dive, nowhere to go but through. The only way out is through. So that's what I think is happening here deep down with you, is where this relationship is bringing tremendous amount of knowledge, wisdom, and deeply profound awareness to you at the deepest inner soul level. And it's all somehow almost like a divinely ordained thing. Wow, it's huge, huge. It's like, I mean, look at that. That's really serious stuff here. If you want to get into this, Aries, we can do this. Check out all the links below, do all the subscribes and the likes and the comments. You can become a member too, but if you need a personal reading, we can expand on this a little bit, okay? Because this is heavy duty. Let's have a look over here. Oh, wow. Okay, well, with the Ace of Wands here, we don't know. I'm not looking at their cards. We're not pulling cards for them. So with the Ace of Wands here, with the new starts and new beginnings, okay, it's almost like the whole relationship is being rekindled, relit, resparked, reignited, but from a very, very different new perspective and a new level that it's almost like maybe they've been hoping for this and wishing for this, and now it's happening. And it looks like an amazing opportunity for them. This is a card of sacred opportunity, and I look at it that way. I don't, when I see these cards, I think of them as energy that's earned. And then when the earning is uh, uh, available, it appears in your life like, hey, it's like you just got a lottery ticket. There you go. And it's like it's a surprise. It's wonderful. So the question is, with the energy of amazing opportunity down here, deep at the heart, soul level of the other, my feeling is that this could be quite profound for them, and seeing whole new starts, whole new beginnings, like the rekindling of life itself for them, and the releasing of some kind of old life that has lived its course and it's redundant, and the beginning of new life for them. And they wouldn't have learned it or understand it without being in the context of this relationship. Now, how that relates to you specifically, Aries, is another thing. But for them, I do see this as a tremendous unleashing of potential for them by perhaps releasing themselves. Now, I don't want to put too heavy negative spins on things, but if they feel very bound up to you in such a way that's not good for them, and they're looking to be released, almost like sacred release, like, in other words, I couldn't release you even if I wanted to. I couldn't release myself from you or the relationship or from us even if I wanted to. So it's almost like I'm hoping for divine intervention just as much as you are living in divine intervention, okay? So I hope you understand that, because there are certain things that are happening in the relationship that are, let's just say, not working for me, and that uh, I need liberation and I need freedom. And part of me is hoping for that. Part of me, that's the other, is hoping for that. It doesn't mean I don't love you, but deep down I'm craving new starts and new beginnings myself, because it seems like you are going through some kind of epic, divinely ordained thing here, and I just happen to be part of the formula. So I need things to work for me too, okay? Let's look at this, the core, okay? So with the Ten of Pentacles here, I see this is very much related to love in terms of evidence, okay? Pentacles being matter, physical matter. And when you have the Ten of Pentacles here, what I'm seeing is at the core of the relationship. To me, this is probably one of the best cards I could imagine having in this position, in this kind of spread, no matter what the rest of these cards are like, because this looks um, like stability. It looks like stability and the realization that the relationship does have value, and that you, dear Aries, are highly valued by a significant other, to the point where it's like glue. It's like, and they are in a relationship knowing that they are highly valued by you. Yum, yum, yum. And it's something to, I'm not saying gorge on this, but it's something that needs to be understood and recognized by you and the other, that you have something very, very valuable here, and you've deserved it. You've earned it in some way, shape, or form. Where it goes from here, it looks like there's a whole new starts and beginnings for the other party. So that has a reciprocal effect on you too. So let's have the glimpse. Let's just take a, hold on, I'll come back to that. Okay, so some profound cataclysmic changes are coming. Let's say cathartic. I don't want to say cataclysmic because that makes it sound like it's just awful. I'd just like to say cathartic, like deep, deep, profound changes at the soul level, where everything that you knew and valued about the relationship is demolished, and all the gold and the richness of the relationship is used to build something brand new again. It's almost like, on those I don't know if you've seen them, like those shows where like they do remodeling on houses, and then the team comes in and there's you over here, and then the team walks in like da, 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 da. Oh my gosh. You've got some amazing property here. All the wood, the timber, the bricks, the land and everything, but it's in such a mess. It's so valuable. We're just going to have to do a complete, utter teardown, do a complete salvage operation, clean off all the good stuff, get rid of all the old dust and rubble and everything, just blow it all away. And with an act of divine healing, an act of divine intervention, just build something completely new out of the same materials. Okay? Whoa, I got really whew, serious heavy duty relationship, Aries. I know you can handle it. You're an Aries. Probably the only one who could handle a reading like this. Wow. This is so cool. I don't want to say anything more. I'll spoil it, so I'm just going to leave it here. If you need to get in touch, please do so. Tarot Illumination is here. You check out the links. You can figure it out. You're smart. Okay. Thank you so much. And just do the action replay rewinds. Check the dates and everything I mentioned. Bye bye. Happy February. Bye bye.